Hi guys, it's Dutchess. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dutchess. This is my channel, Dutchess Divinity. We do lots of stuff here, but today we're doing a pick a card. But first, I'm going to show you my very cute outfit. This is one of my favorite skirts. I've had it forever. It's a long skirt. So cute. It's the perfect butt shaking skirt. I love this shirt. I love to wear, skirt. I love to wear it out dancing. And yeah, my cute little shirt to go along with it. So yeah, that is my outfit. So today we're gonna do a pick a card. This was a suggestion. I'm going to do like the relationship version of it, and then I'll probably do like the grander scale version of it as well, and I have a couple other suggestions that I want to do. So this one is going to be what's blocking your connection and like how you can fix that, like what you can do to help yourself and the connection that you're in. Yeah, so we will get right into picking our groups. So all of these options for our groups are available in my Botanica. I made some spell jars, and they're really cool. I think they're really cool and very reasonably priced. So all of these 3 spell jars have offerings, like candy offerings, that were on my Italian ancestor altar for about a year. So they're really charged up. They're very powerful. And with each jar you get a tea light and a piece of colored paper to write your own petition for the jar. So for group 1, we're doing the inner child healing jar. So this one's super pretty. I work with Santa Muerte for inner child healing, and so it has like sugar skulls and circus peanuts because it's connected to like myself and my childhood. And it also has a bunch of other stuff and inner child healing potion, the potion that I make. So that is going to be group 1. Group 2 is going to be this domination jar. This one's really cool. It has like a bunny inside, like for Ishtar Inanna. The pictures are all up on my website, but this is for dominating and conquering anything in your life. It could be work, financial freedom and abundance. It could be a relationship. It could be old habits, addictions that you want to conquer. Yeah. So that is going to be group 2. And then group 3 is this money jar. Oh my god, this one's so cool. It's got a ton of different herbs and things inside of it. This you use to attract money. Oh, oops. Group 2, sorry, back to group 2. This has succubus potion in it from last year that I did with like Solomon's seal and everything. That was fucking crazy. Okay, and then this jar has green fairy money and magnetism potion in it, which is a very effective potion that I make, and a ton of stuff for like road opening, uncrossing, and attracting abundance, money, luck, and magnetism. So that's going to be group 3. So we have group 1, group 2, and group 3, holding them all up together. And go ahead and make your choice. And I will see you in your group. Alright, bye-bye. Okay, so we're going to say a prayer before we start, as I always do. So you just sit back, relax, and be open to receive. Benevolent guides, guardians, ancestors, angels, star family, higher self, Yeshua, Baal, Ra, and God source, I humbly come to you today on behalf of myself and all those watching this video, and I just say thank you for everything that you bless us with. We are so grateful for all aspects of life, the ups, the downs, the challenges, and the blessings. We understand that all of this makes a well-rounded individual in this very polarized reality, and for that I say thank you. And I ask please that I be a messenger for the divine, nothing more, nothing less. I ask please that no truth be told for a lie and no lie be told for a truth. I ask please that all the information that come through be kind, palatable, and easy to understand. Please grant me access to the Akashic records so I may give a good and accurate reading. And please let all the information come from the source from which all things come, and let it flow through Christ consciousness. And I ask as well that all the information that comes through on this reading only ever aids all those watching to walk in their path and in their purpose, and that it raises their vibration in some way to experience this video and gives them exactly what they need. I pray all of this with the purest of hearts and the best of intentions. Amor Ra, Ashe Namaste, by the power of three, Somatic, be always work, so is a blessing. Whew. Okay, so group one, the inner child healing jar. I got a new deck too, guys. You guys are gonna love it. So let's see. So Spirit, what is blocking group one right now? What is blocking group one in their person? One or both of you have a hard time committing. You have a fear of commitment. So we have the Knight of Wands, the Devil, the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. It's like every time that it's time to create a foundation, every time that it's time to like get serious and be open and honest with each other. Okay, so they just said that you guys are pretty good at like being honest and open with each other, but every time that it comes to the point of making it serious and having a conversation about that, it's something that makes you guys very uncomfortable, and it's something that you don't necessarily they just say you're not equipped with the language or understanding to be able to lay these foundations, and you both struggle with that. You both could have been single for a very long time, and so it's hard for you to think about committing to one person, or you could have been going back and forth with this person for so long, or they could have an image of you in their head, or you could have an image of them in your head, that it's like hard for you to break down those images that you've created around each other. Or it's like I was saying, you've been going back and forth with each other for so long. You could have been playing this dance for years and years that it's hard for you to imagine it ever ending. But it's basically because I actually think it's both of you. I think you both have issues with commitment, but the man in this, or the masculine in this experience especially. Here with the Knight of Wands too, it's like they feel like they'll never have fun again if they give up their freedom, and they want freedom, and also they could have some certain like sexual preferences or deviancies that it's like they might like orgies, or like to have sex with multiple people at once, or have certain like affinities that it's like kind of extreme, and it's like they want to act out on those experiences, or they need somebody who's going to be like cool with it, you know what I mean? Like maybe there's someone who likes to go to sex clubs, or like, you know, anything in between. And so it's like they're looking for somebody who like is willing to do that, and for some reason they, in their head, they don't necessarily know that they could find someone that would be cool with that and also want to commit to them. But it's like deep down inside, you both want commitment, you both want something stable and secure. And with the inner child healing jar too, I feel like it's like you guys have been wanting this for a long time, but it's like there's a certain immaturity or struggle to communicate what you need. For them, I think they were always kind of like handed things, or like given the words, like, you know, when you like when a kid falls down and you're like, oh, you're fine, and maybe they're not fine. You didn't ask them if they're okay, you know what I mean? So it's like I feel like they were handed certain things, so it's like they were handed their emotions, they were handed you know, maybe they come from money, and they were, because we do have the Ace of Pentacles here, so maybe they were handed a lot of things in life, and so because of that, their parents were like, oh, like, you have no reason to be upset, like, we just bought you a car, like, but it's like, just because you have a car doesn't mean you don't also have teenage angst, you know what I mean? So they never really had the experience of being able to complain, or like having to like work really hard for what it is that they have. I just heard too, this person, things kind of fall into place for them, and I feel for you it was the opposite. I feel like you never necessarily had the love or affection growing up, or the stable family, specifically with the father. I feel like the father could have been absent, or if he wasn't physically absent, definitely emotionally absent. And then I also just saw you like scraping. So it's like you've always had to scrape pennies together. You've had to scrape to get what you need, or you had to like scrape to get the job or the opportunities or whatever. And so like kind of like creates this butting of heads. And it's also like that Romeo Juliet energy of like, we're not on the same page, but we're attracted to each other. We're not from the same background, but we're attracted to each other. And so it's like every time you go to set the foundation, I think you could be the runner, but I think it could go back and forth too, because we do have the Knight of Wands showing up here, but it's like he's grabbing her and he's like, don't go. So it's like, yeah, I feel like you could be the runner. And so every time it comes, like every time I just heard the rubber meets the road, it's like you're out of there. And then I just saw in my head Ride by Lana Del Rey, and how she's just like on the motorcycle surrounded by men, and she's like, I have a chameleon soul. Like, yeah, I think you both associate settling down with a loss of self. So, like I was saying, it was like they never had space in their family to be themselves, and it's almost like because they were given so much that there was certain energy and expectations around who they needed to be. They could even be like, I don't know, like their family might not approve of you. It could be one of those things as well. But also too, it's like you never had space to be yourself because you were too busy like trying to grind, like getting everything that you need and moving forward in life, that there wasn't necessarily time for like frivolous finding of self. You know what I mean? So then how can they move past this? You gotta just be real with each other. Yeah, it's like you gotta be real. You gotta keep the fun. You gotta keep the fun alive, and you have to believe in each other. Be kind to each other. Wow, you guys are showing up as the Two of Wands. So this in this deck to me is like the Twin Flame card. And then we have the Six of Wands, the King of Chalices, the Queen of Chalices. I don't know why I said it like that. Maybe because your person's like rich and fancy. I'm like, chalices, instead of cups. Sorry. My fucking neck hurts too. Like you can feel like this person is a pain in your neck. And then here with the Five of Chalices, just kidding. But it's like he's like down on his knee. I just heard, can't get you out of my head. Boy, your loving is all I think about. I think it's about you though. I think it's like no matter who they end up with, no matter, I'm really strongly getting like arranged marriage vibes, even though I mean, it doesn't have to be, that's really extreme, but the whole like, I'm dating the person my family likes because I've always done what my family wants me to do, and I never step out of my comfort zone energy. And it's like he's got to get down, and he's got to get like below you, because it's like they might have made you feel like you weren't good enough, or you know, you might have felt like you weren't good enough for them, and so it's like they have to get in this energy of kind of like settling down and like lowering themselves down to show you that it's like they choose you. And there could be some scornful bitch that's like in the background. Also, I feel like you guys reflect each other, and it's like, look, we have literally like fire on water in the reflection. It's very twin flamey. But also this looks like mistletoe to me, so there could be some movement around for this around Christmas. But yeah, so, yeah, there could be some scornful bitch in the background. It could be like a mother, a sister, or like if they have children with someone else, or an ex-girlfriend or something. But coming up as the King and Queen of Cups, it's like you got to be kind to each other. You got to be open and honest with each other. It's important to nurture yourself and the other, and to hold space for each other, and to kind of show each other grace, because like I said, you're learning things that were maybe never necessarily taught to you in childhood, or maybe never became an example to you in childhood. And with the Two of Wands, you have to just like have talk, and kind of just like hash shit out. You have to have this meeting, you have to have this coming together to kind of hash shit out, and you have to be real with each other. And it's like I feel like both of your love language is affectionate touch, and it's like you have to be open and honest. And I think that having hard conversations might be easier if you're having affectionate touch during the hard conversations. But I do see that it's like you just have to kind of focus on you and focus on what you want, and when they're ready to have a conversation, if you're ready to have a conversation, like, you will be victorious here with the Six of Wands. As far as like sexual attraction to you, definitely your heart. Like, they really love your heart. Also, they admire your strength in adversity. So like how I said, they had a lot handed to them, and so it's like they didn't necessarily have to grind the way you did your entire life. And so, oh, I just got really hot when I said that. So it's like maybe they think that's really hot about you, that it's like nothing can ever keep you down. And, you know, you never really gave up, even despite everything that you've been through. They're very sexually attracted to your titties and your ass. They just like your entire like body shape. They like your legs. You could have like nice long legs, nice shaped legs. They feel like you fit perfectly in their arms, and yeah, they like that you're freaky. They also like the BDSM stuff, and they really just like holding you. Like, they like having their hands on you, and they like holding you. Let's get one of these. Ooh, so you could have like a negative ex in the past, or they could have a negative ex in the past. And it's like you have to let go of that, yeah, because like that's kind of like holding you back in unrequited love. And also, it's about like not settling. You can't just like settle for the same bad behavior, or like the same behavior they've always shown you, because that has become undesirable at this point. And so it's about letting go what this relationship used to be, like I said. And because, like I said, it's no longer desirable, and you have to let go of not only the past in this relationship, but your own, like an ex from the past, and they have some woman scorned that they need to let go of too as well, in order for this relationship to work, in order to give your relationship a chance here. Let's see, some sexual fantasies. When I look at you, I picture you covered in my jizz. Tell me you love me too. So like I said, there's a lot of love. I am so hot right now. I'm sweating. Want to eat yo ass, I told you. Aye! Okay. Want to come in you. I want to make you squirt. I want to watch you choke on my dick. I want to hold you. I said that. Can I gag you? You into that? Like I said, they are into more BDSM stuff. Touch yourself as much as they touch you. Can't stop thinking about those boobies. I just heard I think of you all the time. Come on me. All right. And then we have tell me anything, honestly, baby, talk to me. So it could be a while since you guys have last talked. And this is my new deck. It is called Erotic Oracle Mantra. This is what the box looks like. So what is the card for this? Interesting. The Naked Self. And then I want to get some of these as well. Ooh, there's a little drama here. So it's like they have some things they want to talk about. You have some things you want to talk about. And that's why I say you just have to hash it out. Also, your life might look different than you thought it would. Here with Crazy Mystique and Black Swan, it's like, yeah, there might be a little bit of drama, but it's not necessarily like toxicity. And with Crazy Mystique, it's about showing up and like your life looking different than you thought, or like things working out differently than you thought. And it's like, that's just the way, I just heard, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. And then with Witch here, it's like, yeah, and okay, let's see. First things first, grape stomping. So first things first, you got to get through the messy stuff. Then you got to rest. And after you get through the messy stuff, you'll realize that you were kind of seeing things not necessarily as they are. You were seeing them through a distorted, negative lens. And Spirit wants you to know that they're on your side. And with Friendly Skies here, they're helping you. And with the Witch card, it's like you're manifesting this. So let's see what this card says. The Naked Self. This is what it looks like. I dreamt that I was naked in front of many people. I covered my eyes and suddenly I was naked and alone, like a butterfly on a flower, like a fish in the water, like a mountain in the sky. How do you imagine yourself naked? Of course you can see the reflection in the mirror, but is it truly what you imagined it to be? A gesture can remove every garment and any mask. It can dispel deceptions and illusions. It can make loud of all the things unsaid and shred to silence all the lies and excuses. To be naked is to just be yourself, which is what makes it so uncomfortable. Showing yourself makes it so easy to be hurt, to be used, to be abused, but it also makes it easy to find joy and to be loved and to be trusted. If you must show yourself to the cruel, merciless, and lewd judgments of others, simply remember that others do not matter at all. Whoa, as the door creaks open because Cornica, not because a ghost. But that's fascinating. I feel like that kind of goes back to this of like just hashing it out and being really just honest and open with each other. But that's all I have for you, group 1. Like if you liked it, comment if you have something to say, subscribe if you feel like it, and hopefully I will see you another time. Alright, I love you. Bye. Hi, group 2. This is for those of you who chose the domination jar. And Cornica literally just got her mouse toy. So with this person, you could be playing a game of cat and mouse. Alright, let's see. Group 2. Spirit, what can you tell me about group 2? What is blocking group 2? Ooh, I just got like a feeling in the pit of my stomach. Like a bad feeling. Okay, so I feel like there was some shit that happened in the past. I feel like this is a very hot and cold relationship. I feel like this person comes in blazing and then they leave you as quick as they came. I feel like this is an anxious and avoidant attachment style. And the reason I'm saying that here with the 4 of Swords is because I feel like there's long periods of silence. I feel like there's periods of hot and cold. I feel like there's punishment and reward. And I feel like there is silent treatment, you know what I mean? And I literally think, because it's like he has his hand over her mouth and her head, and she has her hands over his, you know what, his little, dangling. But when I was learning about anxious attachment, it's like those with more of an anxious attachment style want to talk about everything immediately. They want to hash it out. They want to get it done. They want to have these conversations so that they can feel safe and secure. Whereas avoidant attachment styles feel security and intimacy through sex. So it's like the avoidants end up pushing away the anxious because it feels like, well, you just want me for sex. You're just using me. And you don't want to hear what I have to say. You don't want to treat me like my own person. You don't want to hear, you know, what's going on in my head with the mouth and the mind. And then it's like the avoidants feel pushed away because they feel rejected. And they feel like maybe you don't love them anymore, or like you don't feel that same kind of pull or intimacy or attraction to them anymore, which maybe you don't after a while because you feel so hurt by these opposing attachment styles. And so it's like then it ends up pushing you guys farther away because it's like you want to talk and they want to fuck, and it's like you're like, how many times are we gonna have makeup sex and just kind of go on without talking about anything before we just implode on each other? And so I think what's blocking it is like the hot and cold energy. Also, too, we do have my twin flame card here, so there could be past life stuff that is blocking this. Also, there could be a fucking kid, because Cornica's going ape shit back there. My kid, my fucking furry kid. And also, like, pregnant. Also pregnant! Pregnant for way too long. So there could be a child involved, your child, like, between the two of you that causes, like, arguments. Or they could have a child with someone else, or you could have a child with someone else, whatever. But I feel like I also just feel like there was like some betrayal here. You guys really connect on music though. Like one of the things that is like deep rooted to your core, like I feel like when you guys have nothing to say to each other, you send each other music. And it's like the music says it all. And it's not even that you have nothing to say, it's you don't know how to say it because things have, I just feel like I literally just saw you guys both pull back and go behind like a clear screen. So it was like you both went into like, it was like you were each sitting in chairs and the chairs like pulled back, went like this, and there was like a clear screen between the both of you. So it's like you're at a stalemate. You're still there. You're still in each other's energy. You're still watching, or they're still watching. But there's like this blockade, this barrier between the two of you. And I think it's because there are so many words that were unsaid because they don't know how the fuck to say it, and you haven't had space to say it because maybe sometimes, you know, you would hold it in, and then by the time you finally fucking say it, it doesn't sound very nice, or it sounds out of whack, or it's not what you actually meant because you had to hold it in for so long because they wouldn't necessarily let you communicate because look at a wild corn appears. I feel like there's a spirit guide watching over this that's like, come on, guys. But just keeping an eye on you. But it's like, yeah, it's like you've had to hold it in, and I strongly feel this person doesn't speak because of childhood. Like, first of all, I just saw a kid getting hit, so maybe this person was like hit when they tried to speak their opinion or speak their mind or show any form of emotion. This is the kind of man or masculine energy that's like, boys don't cry, you know what I mean? Boys don't get to say that or do that. Boys don't get to act like that. And it comes out in like repressed frustration and sexual energy, their childhood trauma and pain and suffering. I also feel like this person's mom just like wasn't very nurturing at all. And I think they're very infatuated and connected to like your chest and your titties because it's like they didn't get that nurturing from their mother that they needed. And I think you're the opposite of their mom. I think sometimes you trigger them to remind them of their mom because it's like maybe you put them in positions or situations that it kind of feels like their back is against the wall, and that's how they felt with their mother. But the only reason you're putting their back against the wall is because you're trying to gain some clarity and comfort in the situation, and you're not trying to hurt them or put them on blast or whatever. It's like you're literally just trying to fucking remain sane. Yeah, this person really, really does love you though. You love each other. You guys love each other. You're infatuated with each other, and I don't think they can find the words. Either that, or they feel like words won't do their feelings justice. I also feel as though they haven't had these feelings for someone before. Like I said, this is my twin flame card, and it's like I just heard I want it all, like from like a commercial. Excuse me. But it's like they want it all with you, but they don't know how to say that, and they're like, that's some pussy shit. That's what they just said in my head. Like, that's some pussy blah, blah, blah. This is someone who spends too much time with the boys to be like, I want it all with this girl, and they're like, that's some pussy shit. Trust no bitch. You know what I mean? Those people are stupid. Those kind of people. Unfortunately, it's a lot of men. Yeah, they really do want this with you, and they love when you're soft, and they love to kiss you and hold you. I feel like what's blocking you is like you're kind of remembering the past too. Like whatever they did in the past, it's like you're very guarded. You're very guarded at this point from all the back and forth that I just explained to you. But what also came out is the Eight of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the Empress. And so I feel like it's like if you make the choice to soften up a bit and just be at peace and be unconditionally loving and forgiving, that doesn't mean being a pushover. That doesn't mean accepting toxic behavior. It means, well, it is what it is, and I need to do what's best for me. I'm not leaving in malice and hate, or I'm not doing any of this in malice and hate. I'm doing this with love for myself, and kind of giving them the space to be themselves, accepting them as they are, even though they are flawed, accepting yourself as you are, even though you are flawed. And I feel like that brings a balance, and it's like a choice, and it's choosing the self. And I feel like a really, just like a solid conversation could fix all of this. But like I said, this person's so avoidant that they don't know how the fuck to do that. It's like, they're like, give me the titties, give me the titties. Also, this person like they dangle shit over you to get what they want out of you. So it's like they could be like, oh yeah, we'll talk after we fuck, and then you fuck and you're like, all right, let's have that conversation. They're like, gotta go. That's not right. But that's not right but I think that's also how they were probably treated as a child, you know what I mean? It doesn't mean it's not time for them to grow up, but it is an example of why they could be this way. I also feel like you guys can be a little manipulative with each other. So it's like you might try to, you know, flash the titties to get what you want, and they kind of dangle something to get what they want from you. And it's like, you can't do that anymore. That's blocking this connection. You have to have a real conversation. And you have to be open and honest too, because I think you've become so blocked, like so guarded because of everything that's happened in the past. And I feel like it's like when you focus on yourself and you completely like pull yourself out of this, it's like this sneaks up on you before you even realize it. And you must sit in your Empress energy. You must know your worth and not falter. You have to choose you. You have to stop doing the little manipulative dance. You can't do the manipulative dance anymore if you don't feed into it, right? And it's like the only, like, what's blocking this connection is choosing manipulation over love. And I also think too, you tend to run. Like, I think you tend to turn your back because like you get frustrated and you're like, fuck it. And I feel like that is also how their mom treated them. So their mom, okay, this is sad. They just showed me their kid, like the kid doing homework, and the mom is like, I can't even help you. No one can help you. Like, smack him up the side of the head. Like, you're stupid. That's really sad. So it's like when you turn your back on them and you're like, I can't get through to you. It's very reminiscent of their mother. And then they get to be like, well, how can I build with someone who's just going to turn their back on me, you know? But they really do see you as this Empress energy. There's a lot of love here. There's a lot of love, but there's a lot of wounding. So what should they be doing? You have to choose to hunker down and not turn your back, and they have to choose themselves and you. I just heard there's too many voices, too many cooks in the kitchen. There's too many voices. They're also slow, okay? Because we have a turtle here, so it's like they're just really slow. It takes them a long time to do fucking anything. They're one of those people that just kind of moves in slow motion a little bit. Yeah, and then here with the Strength card, it's like she's taming him, so it's like they have to allow you to tame them. You have to choose to want to tame them instead of turning your back. Not that you should be taming them, but you know what I mean? Like, choosing them. They have to choose themselves in you. You have to choose yourself in them. And then also it's like, y'all need freedom. And you need to not lose yourselves within each other here with the Wheel of Fortune. So also part of like what could be holding this back is like they don't necessarily want to commit because they're scared of losing their freedom. And it's like you need to offer them, I want to do a whole video on this, on the meaning of commitment, because I think society gets us to a point where they treat it like when you get into a commitment you lose all your freedom and like autonomy, and that's just not true. And when I was looking up the definitions, it's very specific, and nowhere does it say losing the self or freedom. So I want to do a whole video on that. But it's like, you need to assert yourself and stand in your power. You need to kind of take the back seat, like let them lead per se, but you're technically leading because it's like you're choosing which direction this goes in. I'm getting really hot too. Like this spirit is like this, the energy of the spirit is very hot. So it's like with the Dom sub dynamic, it's like the Dom is in control when in reality if you're not in an abusive relationship, when in reality the sub is in control, and the sub decides what works and what doesn't, because like ultimately like they need to have a say in whether or not they agree with this and if it's okay, you know what I mean? So it's like that. So it's like you need to let them be the Dom and take the lead, and you be the sub who's actually in charge, if that makes sense. And that's strongly the energy that I'm getting here. And also like fulfilling their fantasy. So if they're like, well, I still want to go to the strip club, and you're like, well, I don't really like the strip club, but I'll do a fun little strip dance for you. How about here's what I'm gonna do, because I'm a pole dancer, it's like my hobby. So whenever I get a nice boyfriend that I like, I'm gonna strip for him, but I'm gonna make him throw money on me because I think that would be fun, and why the fuck not? And whatever money he throws on me, we use to go do a date, have a date together, or do something fun together, like a day trip, or we save it up and then we do like a staycation, you know what I mean? So that's equal give and take, because like I'm giving, I'm stripping for you, I'm dancing for you, I'm doing this for you, you're giving because you're like throwing paper on me, but in the end we both win, because that paper then buys us more fun together, it buys us more experiences. And I just feel like that's the most genius thing ever, because then you're not like wasting money. Not that it's wasted money on dancers, but it's like that money's going straight back to you, and you're bonding, and there's no jealousy, and there's nothing like that. You know what I mean? So it's like finding solutions to feel like yourselves, to feel free, but to still feel fulfilled, and to still keep things like spicy and adventurous. It's a lot of love here. So this person too, in order for you guys to move forward, they have to get everything off their chest. They just need to be completely honest, and they need to be a lot more honest with you about how much they care about you. I think that, like I said, they're like, fuck feelings, like I don't have feelings. And it's like, in order for this to move forward, they have to bear it all to you. And, you know, they have to tell you they're behind your back here with like the 5 of Swords. And like I said, they did something fucked up. Like, you need an apology for whatever fucked up thing they did here with the 5 of Swords. And with the 2 of Pentacles, it's like there's so much energy that's hidden behind your back. And it's not bad energy. We literally have like the Ace of Cups and the Empress. So it's like, and the Ace of Wands with like the couple and the pregnancy and everything like that. And it's like they need to apologize for whatever fucking terrible thing they did to you, and what the feelings that they have that they've been keeping to themselves. They need to they need to come forward with them, and you need to stop like pining over them or romanticizing them, and they need to stop giving you breadcrumbs. So that's what you guys need to do. You need to focus on you. Like I said, let them take the lead, but also be the sub. So you're technically in the lead. As far as sexual attraction, your heart, they're very attracted to your heart, your hair, your face, your body as a whole, but definitely your titties, your mouth, the eyes, a lot of titties here. They want to hold you, they want to make love to you, run their fingers through your hair. They like your back a lot as well. They just want to touch you, they want to look at you. I just heard you're my dream girl. Holding is a big thing, and watching, they like to look. Give me those titties. Scream my name, baby. I just heard I like it the best when you say it. I'm so hot. Why am I so hot? The spirits are so hot right now. Oh my god. Tell me you are mine. So as much as they try to act like, oh, I don't care, fuck feelings, they're like, tell me you're mine. Come on me. That's what I mean. The only way this can move forward is if they're able to be transparent about just how much they actually care about you, and to apologize for whatever fucked up thing they did. You look so damn good. I can't get enough of you. Tell me you love me too. Right? Because they love you. Oh, please sit on my face. I just heard that's the way to my heart. Could be the way to your heart. Tell me anything, honestly. Talk to me, baby. They just want to talk. They just want to get the conversation going. Play with my cum. They love that. I just heard I love that. They like to see you enjoying them. So like when you play with their cum or whatever, they're like, oh, like she loves me. She loves my juices. You up? They're like, are you up for this? And also I just heard you up for multiple times a night. What that mouth do? I think I said that. I did say that. Let me tie you up. But I think it's more of like, you're mine. Like, let me tie you down. I am a slave to your tits, let me bite your nipples. And then, what's the last thing? Woo! Touch yourself. Moan in my mouth. And you're so beautiful, it's actually really intimidating. I want to lay you down and fuck you right with love. You mean the world to me. Let me show you with my dick. And I feel that very strongly they want to make love to you. And then we have, sure, I will lick your toes, I'll try anything once. So maybe you ask them to do that, or maybe they're like, I I like to be adventurous with you. We have let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. So like I said, it's like you have to focus on you, let them take the lead. You know, it's like in that movie Dark Shadows when the woman is like interviewing the other woman for a job, and she's like, do you think women and men should be equal? And she goes, heavens no. She's like, we can't have men thinking that they're running the show or something like that. And it's like that. It's like where it's like, and it's set in the 70s, so it was like considered that women were like lower class citizens, when in reality it's like the women were like, no, like we're actually running the show, you know what I mean? And we have reconciliation. This card doesn't come out unless they mean it. So someone from your past, they're going to return. You're going to have this reconciliation, but you have to let it unfold naturally, let go of control issues, focus on yourself, and the rest will fall into place. Get a little bit of advice from this deck. What's cooking and wake up. So instead of being so worried about like what's going on, you have to trust that what's coming is going to be good, and you're going to have your wake up call sooner rather than later. Like I said, there are too many cooks in the kitchen, with the what's cooking and the womb full. It's like when this person realizes that other people's opinions don't matter is when things change, and you all both have your wake up call. And then we have wild roses. It's about blooming where you're planted and doing the best you can, and suit up and show up. You have to show up. You have to show up to life. You just do. Yeah. You know, even when things suck, you have to bloom where you're planted. I have a headache too, so it's like this situation could give you a headache. Okay, and then this is my new deck. Oh, cool. I want to take that one too. I think you're in their dreams a lot too, because that says the muse living in my dreams. So this is my new deck. It's called Mantras Erotic Oracle. So I got 2 for this group. So we have the lightness of being, number 18. Anahata, Venus in Libra. I am like a leaf in the wind. My heart is like a flower in the storm. I am fragile as spring, vulnerable as a butterfly, and exposed as the dawn. What happens in life is every single moment of it is something that cannot be undone and cannot be repeated. It is as intense as we can accept it, but fleeting is natural in its natural impermanence. Everything in life and in love is fragile, light to the point of being unbearable. It doesn't matter if our happiness is merely the fruit of coincidence. It is here, and it is all around us. It can conquer us totally, even if it's destined to go away. Living in the present is the only true freedom, a sublime, detached perfection. And also when it was like, we can't go back, I feel like this person thinks all the time about like how they wish they didn't do what they did. Like, that they need to apologize for. And that's why they like avoid apologizing for it, because they just wish it never happened. So they kind of just like pretend like it never happened, but it's like there needs to be an acknowledgement that it happened. All right, and number 9. So 18 and 9. Interesting. The space around me is filled with excited anticipation. It would be so easy to cross the threshold. Do you love my body? Would you accept my loving your body as well? Will you open and show yourself naked, even if it means to be hurt? Ooh, yeah. The fear, right? Our inner space, be it physical, emotive, or spiritual, should never be a fortress to be taken by force. Neither it is a gift to unwrap following the whims of a spoiled ego. Seduction is an art. It is a form of communication, of reaching out and pulling in at the same time. It's not warfare or manipulation. Dude, I literally said that. In the end, all is brought to a single moment of truth. The moment in which you allow yourself to appear naked. Empty words, delusions, dreams, and rationalizations, they all disappear like clothes in the bedroom. What stays is something that can be as deep as we want and as fleeting as we need. Illusions like sweet words and promises may create a path, but only you and your partner can decide if that path leads to a moment of truth or not. Dun, dun, dun! Yo, that was crazy. That was really on point. That's all I have for you, group 2. Like if you liked it, comment if you got something to say, subscribe if you feel like it, and I sure hope I see you here another time. Y'all come back here. All right, I love you. Bye. See you later. Why, hello, Miss Lady. Comment below if you know what that's from. This is for you, group 3. Those of you who chose the money jar. Alright, let's see. Feeling a little punchy. And my neck and my head hurts. Okay. I don't even know why. I didn't even do anything for my neck and my head to hurt today. Excuse me. Alright, group 3. Spirit, what's blocking this connection? Oh. I feel like for some of you this could be the third party. The third party group. The third party! Just kidding, sorry. I said I'm feeling punchy. Okay, so I feel like this person has you in competition. So here with the 2 of Wands, my nose is itching, so this person is definitely coming back. They'll be back in your life in one way or another. You kind of just have to wait to see how it plans out. Or they could be planning something. You have to wait to see how it pans out. But we have the 2 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles. I just heard like you're in their head. Oh, that song, everyone knows that I'm in over my head, over my head. So this person's feeling very in over their head. I feel like it has to do with career, honestly. I'm hearing too that song by Billie Eilish that's like, I got everything I wanted. But it's like, once you get it, you don't necessarily know if you want it anymore. Can I get a little bit more clarification on the work stuff, please, Spirit? Yeah, okay. So I feel like it's like, all right, I understand. So it's like they've cracked the code to financial abundance and they finally got what they wanted. This person is a master manifester. And it's like once they create that belief in self, there's nothing that they can't do. But it's like, and I feel like they could have struggled to get to the point where they're at now. And so it's like, I think this person could also be in the public eye. This is, I know that in group 3 before I've channeled that the person was in the public eye. But I do feel like this person is surrounded by women. And even if they're not in the public eye, there's somebody who has a lot of women that are just around them, or there's somebody that's very attractive that a lot of women are interested in. And so it's like they've cracked the code with like the 10 of Pentacles here in career. And they got lucky here with the Wheel of Fortune, and the wheel keeps turning and turning positively in their court. But at the same time here with the 2 of Cups, it's like they haven't been able to master the whole love thing yet. And it's like, because they have this money to show for themselves, or they have these good things to show for themselves, they have to be really careful about who they let into their life, because I think that some people might want to use them or take advantage of them or like take from them with the money that they have. So it's funny you chose the money jar for this. But it's like with you, they do feel like some really, something different. They feel something different. And also with you, I feel like you don't care about money, or like you make your own money. And so it's like different because it's like you're not interested. Or if they are in the public eye, you might be like, yeah, fuck that. Like, I want to hide in the woods in a cabin away from everyone. So I'm not interested in your fame. Like, I'll be honest, that's my worst nightmare. Like, I guess I'm in the public eye somewhat, but like to be really, really famous, I would hate that. I would not do well with that. I get so offended. I want to like square up with people who just like fuck with me, trolls and bullies and everything. Like, I would have a very hard time with people telling me who I can and can't be, or like what I can and can't do. And like, when the more eyes you have on you, the more criticism you receive. So like, honestly, would be my worst nightmare. It would be hard for me to be with someone who's like really famous. And so maybe it's like, maybe that's why they like you. Like maybe you're that way too, and they're like, oh, I know she actually likes me, or I know they actually like me for me, and they don't want this, because it's like, whereas their fame might be something, or their money, or their notoriety might be something that would usually like draw people into them and like pull people towards them and people want to know them for it. It's like you're like, oh no, I actually don't like that. And like, even if it's they're not famous, they just have a lot of money, you could be like, no, I really just want a simple life, like, and I don't want money. Or maybe you have negative associations around money, that money is evil, or that all people with lots of money are evil, or things along those lines. But yeah, here with the, and Cornica just took a shit, damn it, and it fucking smells. So I feel like that too, like with the everything I wanted, like I feel like it's like they thought this was what they wanted, but like, oh, I'm just hearing that song, roses really smell like ooh, 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 ooh. So it's like, it wasn't what they thought it would be. Or it was like, they never thought it would get to this point. So especially too, I think people with a lot of money eventually end up feeling very unsatisfied with their lives, because of like, I think part of life is like want, like to want something, to work for something. And when you have a lot of money, you don't necessarily have to work for a lot of things anymore, other than maybe love and finding someone who actually likes you for you. Yeah, I think this person might have be traveling a lot, and so one of the blockages is like you feeling kind of left out in the cold because they have to leave, they have to travel. This could be a long distance relationship as well. That could be a blockage. My nose is itching again though, so you are gonna see this person again. There's also some immaturity here, or they're younger than you. Cornica. Ugh. Corn, she's dragging her butt across the floor. I'm gonna have to clean that up after. I hate when she does that. I got her new food though. Sorry guys, this is just like me talking. I got her some new, I'm so sorry. Can you tell I'm a mom having to fucking talk about poop? So uncomfortable. A mom of a cat, but still. I just got her some new food, so hopefully that helps, because she's driving me insane with these issues. They come and go, and it's annoying, and I feel at the end of my rope with it. And maybe that's how your person feels. Maybe they have certain issues, certain obligations, or certain connections in their life that there's problems in those connections, specifically with family or friends, and it's like those problems come and go. So there's like, or like I said, if this is a third party situation, if they're with someone else, it's like when it's good, but then there's like these things that's like, ugh, because like I love Cornica. I love Cornica. I don't love Cornica any less. Hold on, we need to pause because I need to wipe her butt. Hey everybody, this is Nikki from the future. Group 3, I'm really sorry my cat shit in the middle of your group. Please forgive me. And my poopy corn. I am sorry about that. Shit happens, man, I guess. Alright, enjoy the reading. Love you. Alright. Okay, so just finished wiping Cornica's butt. So as I was saying, I don't love Cornica any less, but I really fucking hate this period of time that we have found ourselves in. That's been going on since May. It's fucking September, and the vet has no fucking good answers for me. It's literally like nothing helps. But anyway, so I feel like that could be how you feel about their career. So whether they're in the public eye or it's just like whatever with their career, it's like it doesn't make you love them any less, but you also don't fucking like it. Or like if they're long distance, like you don't love them any less, but you really don't fucking like that you're long distance, you know? And then I also feel like that carries over into their family. Like there's some thing going on in the family that it's like they really don't fucking like. And also if they're with someone else, there's something about that person that it's like, ooh, there's like major red flags that they're like, I really don't fucking like that. But yeah, the reason I said it could be third party is because look, you see he's got the redhead and the blue hair girl and the redhead and the blue hair girl. So it's kind of like they're having to make a choice. And like I said, I do feel like they are surrounded by women. And they are afraid that if they make the wrong choice, they'll just end up alone. Like they don't want to end up with somebody who's just using them for their money or notoriety or whatever. And I think they've dealt with a lot of people who are self-obsessed in the past. So what do they need to do? What was that? What the? Someone just touched me. What the heck? Someone just touched me. That was weird. I feel like they might feel you astrally. Or you might feel them astrally, like literally physically feel them astrally. So what does group 3 need to do? Honestly, in the meantime, you just need to focus on yourself and understand that if there are certain blockages or hang-ups in this relationship, if it's like a divine timing thing here with the Hanged Man, and just trust it. And what you need to do is you need to just have fun right now. Have fun with yourself, have fun with others, date, get out there, because I do feel like this person has some figuring out to do, and if they're gonna be with someone else, then you need to not just like sit around and wait for somebody to choose you. You need to choose yourself and have fun and, you know, enjoy yourself with others. And with the Knight of Wands and the King of Cups, it's like this person really does, they are sensitive. They might come off as like this like player or like, you know, very highly sexualized person, but they are very sensitive. They do want a stable foundation. They could not have had the best father figure, or had like no father figure, or just like a really terrible father figure. And so it's like they're trying to figure that out on their own. And with the Three of Cups here, it's like they're not quite ready. It's like just not time. So if they're out having fun and being, you know, doing what they're doing, then why don't you just go out and have fun too, and, you know, meet new people, get out there. And that doesn't even mean like go out and date, like you can, but like have fun. Go out with your friends, be crazy, be wild, be single, you know. Enjoy this time of your life where you don't have to answer to anybody else or connect with anybody else or worry about like, you know, a partner or a relationship. Like, because as much as it's wonderful to have like a partner and a relationship, it comes with its own set of problems, right? Because we're only human, so that's just how it is. So right now, just enjoy being single, have fun, and get out there. And I would suggest dating. And don't worry, luck is on your side. Luck is on your side, so you don't have to worry. Let's get some of these cards. As far as sexual attraction to you, they really like your neck and your face, and they like when you like look up. They really just like your body, your titties, your hair, your face. They really just love like this angle of you. Like they think that angle of you is like very beautiful. There's a really strong connection here. I just heard a good back and forth, so maybe they haven't necessarily met people who can like keep up with them or have good back and forth with them, and they also haven't necessarily met people who, I just heard you're very naturally beautiful too. They could meet a lot of people who have like surgeries, especially if they are rich or like in the public eye. They probably know a lot of people who have like plastic surgeries or like a lot, wear a lot of makeup or wear the designer whatevers, and you're like, nah, I'm just here being naturally beautiful wearing this from the thrift shop, you know what I mean? Like, and they find that very attractive. And you're very abundant without them, and they find that very attractive as well, because they feel like you could mutually build together. They could be a little younger than you, and they could be attracted to you because they might be one of those people that's attracted to someone who's a little older than them. But the titties, for sure, the titties. And your energy, your presence. You have this big flamboyant presence, and you're not afraid to be yourself. You're very confident. Like I said, you can match their energy, and that's not something that they really experience. Because the redhead girl, I'm seeing you as blue hair. I'm seeing you as blue hair, and redhead is like hiding in both of these, and blue hair is like out there, but not like too out there. Like she's like, oh, like still kind of coy. They're also attracted to, if you're like smaller than them, they're attracted to your smallness and your neck. They really like your neck. They really like your neck. Three cards of the neck, and they just like to look at you too. They just enjoy looking at you. Call me Zaddy. Okay. When I look at you, I picture you covered in my jizz. Fuck me. They're like, yeah, they want to fucking jizz on you because they're like, yeah, you're so pretty. Let me jizz on that neck. I've never had that happen, but that's what I just thought in my head. I am a slave to your tits. Let me bite your nipples. They're a vampire. Maybe they were a vampire in another life. You look so damn good. Yeah, like I said, that natural beauty. I need to be inside you. It heals me. That energy that you bring heals them. Scream how much you love the way I fuck you. They like your confidence, right? I want to lay you down and fuck you right with love. You mean the world to me. Let me show you with my dick, right? Because you have this good back and forth. Come on me. So they want to come on you and they want you to come on them. Send nudes. They want to see you naked. And if it's long distance or, you know, like they have to travel for work, they want nudes. If they're long distance too, it could be like late hours or working late hours. And they're like, are you up? You up to send nudes? Life is hard for me right now, but so is my dick. LMAO. Like I told you, they got everything they wanted, only to realize it wasn't what they actually wanted. I got all I wanted and some, and I didn't need the and some. Right, but life isn't always, everything is not what it seems to. Let me fuck you raw. I already read that. Let me fuck you raw. Be careful if you don't want to have a baby. You make me nervous, you're too pretty, you taste so damn good, and want to eat your ass. All right. Let's see. Flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others, right? How I said, like, if they're not ready to settle down, it's time for you to flirt and extend your lighthearted energy to others. And then children, your life is being affected by children, so there could be children that you guys have together. There could be children that you guys have separately, or one of you might want children and the other doesn't, or somebody, like I said, they're younger than you and there's certain things they need to overcome and like grow up about. And then past life relationship, you have known each other before, and let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So like I said, it's about having fun, it's about going out, it's about enjoying yourself right now. The yes cake. Okay. Michael, Prince Charming of protection. So this connection is protected. You just have to say yes and open yourself up. Like I said, to the wicked wonders. Say yes and open yourself up to the wicked wonders because you are protected and this connection is protected. And then Crazy Mystique and Black Swan. So it's like things, like I said, things didn't turn out how they thought it would for them. And it's caused some drama, but it's like they still have to show gratitude, and you still have to be gratitude because you still have to be gratitude. You still have to be grateful. You have to learn to, let's see, date with destiny. You have to learn to be grateful and like shift your mind, because the more grateful you are, the closer you get to what you actually want. And then with date with destiny, it's like this is destined to come back around in one way or another. This is my new deck. It's called the Mantra Erotic Oracle. So let's get a card from it. 2 cards. So we have the temptation of pleasure and protecting your feelings. So let's see. Number 6 and number 15. Do you want me? Yes, you always ask first. You ask assertively. Take me and I am naked. A throaty voice from secret dreams will make them look into your eyes. Reality will disintegrate. The mirrored corridors of desire will capture you both together, body and soul. Pleasure is a demon, but it's your demon. It is sometimes an unbound call that shatters the dwarf's reason and logic. It is not just desire, it is an instinctual need that forces your being to find satisfaction. If the need for pleasure is accepted, not denied, it becomes less of an instinctual force, but rather a right of your inner self to a sexual release and a sexual identity. Pleasure ceases to be a secret word and becomes a harmonious part of who you are. Cool. And 15, protecting your feelings. I agreed to undress. I bared my feelings first, then I bared my mind, and I bared my body, my soul. I bared all of myself, except one secret something, and that I keep mine, even if I surrendered everything else. There always comes a time when we find ourselves naked, a willing choice, a risk, even a gamble. Being naked means being vulnerable. It can hurt deeply. It can leave scars. But what if we never showed ourselves without our costume or our mask? The body would become a fortress, pure and unconquered, and in the end devoid of life, so that under the costume and behind the mask there may actually be nothing. There is a choice, however, when to get naked, how fast, and how profoundly. Protect yourself, but savor the feelings of opening up. Let others accept you at the pace you are comfortable with. Wow, that's all I have for you, group 3. Like if you like it, subscribe if you feel like it, comment if you got something to say, and I hope I see you again. I'm going to say thank you to my guides, guardians, ancestors, angels, star family, higher self, Yeshua, Baal, Ra, and God Source for allowing me to be a channel through which these messages flow. We thank you for the truth and we thank you for the advice. Amora, Ashe Namaste, by the power of 3, Somatic B, it always works, always a blessing. Alright, I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that. Please keep interacting with me. I enjoy all the comments and everything like that. And I think it helps the algorithm because I've gone up in subs recently, so that's pretty good. Even though I'm talking about other stuff that maybe the algorithm doesn't like, but that's okay. In my little other videos that I make. But yeah, I love you guys and I'll talk to you soon. And stay safe, and yeah, okay, love you, bye-bye. We will get right into your reading. Oh, oops. Hi, group 2. Okay, that was weird. And I will see you another time. Okay, bye. Love you.